A little girl stands before a gravestone, softly singing "Happy Birthday" to the father she'll never see again. That father was Officer Joshua McTarian, a devoted husband, a loving dad, and a respected police officer in Twinsburg, Ohio. On the night of July 13, 2008, he was doing what he did every day, protecting his community. But that routine night patrol would end in unimaginable tragedy. The man who pulled the trigger, Ashford Thompson, didn't just take a life. He tore through a family, a department, and an entire town. And when justice came for him, he mocked the pain with a smile. It began as nothing unusual. Officer McTarian noticed a car playing loud music and initiated a simple traffic stop. Behind the wheel was 23-year-old Ashford Thompson. In the passenger seat sat his girlfriend, Danielle Robertson. Thompson appeared tense, refusing to cooperate when asked for identification. The exchange quickly turned hostile. As the officer attempted to handcuff him, Robertson suddenly stepped out of the vehicle, distracting McTarian for just a split second. He pulled a semi-automatic handgun and fired 4 shots into the officer's head, execution style, at point-blank range. Officer McTarian fell beside his cruiser as his loyal K-9 partner howled in panic. Thompson climbed back into his car and fled into the night, leaving behind bullet casings, blood, and a badge soaked in tragedy. By morning, the city of Twinsburg was in shock. Police launched a manhunt, and within hours they found Thompson hiding at his sister's home, still wearing the officer's handcuffs around his wrist. When arrested, he was calm. No panic, no remorse, just silence. During the trial, prosecutors dismantled every lie Thompson tried to spin. He claimed self-defense, saying the officer was aggressive, but the evidence said otherwise. The officer's gun was still locked in its holster. Then came the witness testimonies, Danielle Robertson, the girlfriend, and officers who first arrived at the scene. Each detail painted the same picture. This wasn't a struggle, it was an execution. When Officer McTarian's widow, Holly, took the stand, the courtroom fell silent. Her words pierced through every wall of the courtroom and every mask Thompson wore. "My little girl has to go to a cemetery to sing happy birthday to her dad. You shot him once, then bent over and shot him again and again. Who does that?" Her voice trembled, but her anger was steady. Then she turned toward Thompson's family, saying, "You talk about forgiveness, but I've heard your phone calls. You don't care. None of you do." The courtroom was still. Even the judge had to pause. When the verdict came, there was no suspense. The jury found Ashford Thompson guilty on all counts: aggravated murder, escape, and weapons violations. During sentencing, the prosecutor requested the maximum penalty, death. As the judge read the words, his voice was firm, final, and unflinching. "This court sentences you to death, consistent with the jury's recommendation." For a moment, Thompson's head lifted, his eyes wide with disbelief. Then his expression went blank again. No outburst, no apology, just a still face, tightening his lips as if bracing against the inevitable. Behind him, Holly McTarian's family broke down in tears. Justice had been served, but at a cost too heavy to bear. As she left the courtroom, Holly whispered to a reporter, "We'll never get to hold Josh again." As deputies led him away, reporters noted a disturbing sight. Thompson smiled, not a nervous smile, a sarcastic one, the same quiet, mocking smirk that had haunted the courtroom for months. Even in defeat, he couldn't help but show contempt. For the law, for the victim, and for the family he destroyed. Years later, from his cell on Ohio's death row, Thompson filed motions claiming mental illness, insisting he was delusional the night of the murder. But a court-appointed psychiatrist found otherwise. He had faked symptoms to avoid execution. Now, with execution suspended in Ohio since 2017, Thompson remains in limbo, alive but forgotten. His days blur into years behind concrete walls, where his only company is silence and regret that no one believes is real. Officer Joshua McTarian was just 33 years old when he died. He left behind his wife, Holly, and their young daughter, Thea, who will grow up knowing her father only through photographs and a gravestone. Every year, she visits his resting place and sings to him, the song of a child who lost everything to a single act of cruelty. And Ashford Thompson, he remains in a cell, waiting for a fate that may never come. His name forever tied to the day a small Ohio town lost its hero. This wasn't just a crime, it was an execution of a man who served, a father who loved, and a husband who cared. Ashford Thompson believed his lies and his tears could hide the truth. But when the verdict came, justice cut through every illusion. Some killers cry to appear human, others smile because they never were. Do you believe Ashford's remorse was real? Or was his final smile the truest thing he ever showed the world?